You have been feeling it. It is a weight in the air that no one else seems to notice. A static beneath your skin that hums even when you are perfectly still. You wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart racing, not out of fear, but out of a sudden, inexplicable readiness. Your soul is standing at attention. You are sensing the shift before the world sees the storm. Something bigger is not just coming. It is already at the door, and the reason you feel so heavy, so exhausted, and so isolated right now is that you are being anchored to the impact. Look at your life over the last few weeks. Have you noticed the sudden, sharp headaches that feel like a pressure behind your eyes? Have you noticed the way your physical body seems to be rejecting the things it used to tolerate? The foods you once enjoyed now feel like lead in your stomach. The music you liked now sounds like noise. Even the people you have known for years suddenly feel like strangers speaking a language you no longer understand. This is the cold phase. You are being pulled out of the collective frequency because where you are going, they cannot follow. You might feel like you are losing your mind. You walk into a room and forget why you are there, not because you are becoming forgetful, but because your spirit is literally hovering between dimensions. You are being recalibrated. Your internal compass is spinning because the magnetic north of this world, the matrix, the system, the 3D reality, is losing its grip on you. You feel a profound sense of waiting. You are sitting in the waiting room of the divine, and the silence is deafening. I know loneliness is biting. I know you look at the people around you, the ones who sleep soundly, who laugh at things that feel hollow to you, who seem perfectly content in the cage, and you wonder if there is something wrong with you. You wonder why you have to carry the weight of the world while they carry nothing. But listen to my voice. Your heaviness is your gravity. You are being weighted down specifically so that when the shift occurs, you are the one standing firm, while everyone else is swept away by the confusion. The symptoms are physical because the change is literal. Your nervous system is being upgraded to handle a higher voltage of light. This is why you feel fried. This is why your ears are ringing with those high-pitched frequencies that won't go away. It is a tuning fork being struck in the heavens, and your body is the instrument. You are experiencing the great thinning. The veil between what you see and what truly is has become paper thin, and for a chosen one, that means every lie, every hidden motive, and every dark energy in your vicinity is now screaming at you. You can no longer ignore the rot in the room. You can no longer pretend that the toxic dynamics in your family or your workplace are just the way things are. You are feeling the approach of a divine correction. The atmosphere is thick with it. It feels like the moment right before a massive lightning strike. The air is ionized, the birds have gone silent, and the hair on your arms is standing up. You are the lightning rod. You are the one who has been chosen to ground this incoming energy into the earth. If you feel like you are breaking, understand that you are actually being cracked open. The shell of the old you, the one who pleased others, the one who stayed quiet to keep a false peace, is shattering because it cannot contain the magnitude of what is about to be poured into you. Stay still. Do not run from the discomfort. The pressure you feel is the hand of the Creator steadying you for the arrival of the unseen. Why is this happening to you now? Why is the pressure mounting to a breaking point? And why does it feel like the very fabric of your reality is tearing at the seams? You must understand that there is a celestial mechanism to your suffering. You are not a victim of a random universe. You are a subject of a divine operation. The reason for this intense turbulence is simple yet profound. You have reached the ceiling of the lower dimensions, and the soul you carry is too vast to remain under the roof of the matrix any longer. You are vibrating at a frequency that the current world can no longer sustain, and as a result, the friction between your spirit and the physical realm is creating heat. That heat is what you feel as anxiety, as restlessness, and as that burning sensation in your chest that tells you something is not right. The spiritual cause of this approaching storm is a great realignment. For eons, this world has functioned on a frequency of fear, survival, and lack, the parasitic grid of the narcissist and the manipulator. But a new signal is being broadcast from the heart of the divine, a signal of truth and power. Because you are a chosen one, your internal antenna is naturally tuned to this higher broadcast. You are receiving the new data while everyone else is still stuck on the old, distorted channel. This creates a frequency mismatch. You are essentially a high-definition soul living in a standard-definition world, and the lag is starting to hurt. You broke the cardinal rule of the matrix. You stopped believing in the illusion. The moment you stopped feeding the system with your fear, the system flagged you as an anomaly. This is why your luck seems to have shifted, why doors that used to be open are slamming shut, and why people you once trusted are suddenly showing their true, jagged faces. It is a spiritual eviction. The universe is intentionally making your current environment uncomfortable to force you into your next position. If you stayed comfortable, you would stay small. If the nest remained soft, you would never fly. The divine is stripping away the distractions, the false comforts, and the lukewarm relationships, because what is approaching requires your absolute, undivided focus. You are being purged of the dross. Every bit of trauma, every ancestral curse, and every lingering attachment to the 3D world is being boiled to the surface to be skimmed off. It feels like a fire, because it is a fire, the refiner's fire. Understand that you are a container of light, and a container must be cleaned before it can be filled with something new. The headaches, the exhaustion, and the spiritual void you are walking through are the signs that your vessel is being emptied of the old wine. The something bigger that is approaching is a massive influx of Christ consciousness, a wave of sovereign energy that will dismantle everything built on a lie. You are being prepared to be a pillar of light when that wave hits. While others will be drowned in the revelation of the truth, you will be the one who already knows the terrain. You are being initiated into a higher order of existence. This is not a punishment for your sins. It is a preparation for your purpose. You are being moved like a chess piece across the board of history. The spiritual gravity you feel is the weight of glory. It is the heavy mantle of leadership and healing that is being lowered onto your shoulders. You feel tired because your spirit is doing heavy lifting in the unseen realms, fighting battles you cannot see, and tearing down strongholds in your bloodline while you sleep. You are the breaker of your family tree. The cause of your isolation is your sanctification. You are being set apart because you cannot be influenced by the noise of the masses when the command comes. You are being tuned to the silence of the Creator, for it is in that silence that the blueprints for the new world are being whispered to you. You are the architect of what comes next. But first, you must survive the demolition of what was. As you shift, the shadows around you are beginning to panic. Have you noticed the sudden irrational aggression from people who used to be passive. Have you seen the flicker of fear in the eyes of the narcissists and the energy vampires in your life? Even when they are trying to smile, they can sense the change in your atmosphere before you even speak a word. To the world, you are becoming difficult, distant, or arrogant, but what they are actually reacting to is your disappearing vulnerability. You are no longer providing the louche, the emotional energy that they once feasted upon. The Matrix and its agents are terrified because a chosen one who is grounding themselves is a chosen one who can no longer be controlled. The enemy's reaction is a frantic attempt to pull you back down into the chaos. They see the something bigger approaching you, and they know that once you step into that power, their reign over your mind is over. This is why the gaslighting has intensified. This is why they are bringing up your past, trying to shame you into a version of yourself that no longer exists. They are using guilt-tripping as a tether to keep you from rising. But look closely at their tactics. They are sloppy now. They are desperate. They are throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. But you are becoming Teflon. Their insults bounce off you. Their dramas feel like a movie you've already seen 1,000 times. You are witnessing the extinction burst of the parasites in your life. The system of this world, the Matrix, operates on the frequency of lower self desires. Pride, lust, anger, and division. When you start to ground yourself in the divine, you become invisible to their tracking systems. You are glitching their reality. They are scared because you represent the unknown. You are a wild card in a deck they thought they had stacked. Notice how the media, the Niemand, and the social feeds are becoming more shrill, more polarized, and more frightening. This is a collective distraction designed to keep your eyes off the horizon. The enemy knows that if they can keep you focused on the simulated fire in the street, you won't notice the golden gate opening in your spirit. They want you scattered, frantic, and ungrounded, because an ungrounded soul is easily swept away by the winds of propaganda. But you have the upper hand. You are the predator of the darkness, not its prey. The very light you are carrying is blinding to those who live in the basement of consciousness. They strike out at you because your presence is a silent judgment of their lifestyle. Your peace is an indictment of their chaos. Your truth is a mirror that shows them their own decay, and they hate the reflection. Do not take their attacks personally. They are not fighting you. They are fighting the light that is colonizing your vessel. They are terrified of your silence. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop defending your boundaries, and when you simply exist in your sovereign power, you become a vacuum that sucks the air out of their ego. The Matrix is losing its grip on the chosen collective. There is a mass exodus of souls who are refusing to play the game of us versus them, and are instead moving into I am. The enemy is reacting by trying to create new emergencies to keep you in a state of survival. But you have moved past survival. You are in the observation phase. You are watching the puppets dance, but you can finally see the strings. You are realizing that the narcissists were just training partners sent to strengthen your discernment. The bullies were just weights in the gym of your spirit. Now that you are strong, the trainers are terrified of the athlete they created. You have outgrown the cage, and the zookeepers are realizing the locks no longer work. Stand tall in your vibration. Their noise is just the sound of a system crashing. Their fear is the confirmation of your promotion. What is this something bigger? It is the fulfillment of an ancient, cosmic architecture that has been waiting for this exact moment in the timeline to activate. You are witnessing the closing of the age and the opening of the seal. For centuries, the truth of your origin and the true laws of the universe have been hidden beneath layers of religious dogma, political theater, and scientific materialism. But the prophecy of the remnant is now being fulfilled through your very cells. You are the 144,000 frequency. You are the first fruits of a new humanity. The truth is that the Earth is not just a rock floating in space. It is a conscious, sentient being that is currently undergoing a pole shift of the spirit. The grid of the old world is collapsing because the divine architecture is being restored. The law of correspondence tells us, as above, so below. As the heavens shift and the celestial bodies align for a massive influx of gamma radiation and solar light, your internal heavens, your mind and spirit, must align as well. This is the metaphysical explanation for your ungrounded feeling. You are literally being unplugged from the artificial intelligence of the matrix and being plugged back into the living intelligence of the source. You are transitioning from a carbon-based existence, ruled by the shadows of the ego, to a crystalline-based consciousness, ruled by the light of the higher self. This is the marriage of heaven and earth taking place inside your DNA. You are carrying the codes of the new kingdom, and the reason you feel so alien is that you are no longer a citizen of the lower realms. God's plan for your life is not a small, quiet retirement from the world. It is a radical, disruptive intervention. You were sent here as a sovereign outpost. Every time you choose peace over reaction, every time you choose silence over the need to be right, and every time you ground your energy into the present moment, you are anchoring a portal of light on this physical plane. You are a walking, breathing Zion in a world of Babylon. The something bigger is the moment the veil drops completely, and the world sees the sons and daughters of the divine for who they truly are. The word says that the whole of creation groans in expectation for the manifestation of the children of God. That is you. The trees, the animals, and the very soil beneath your feet are waiting for you to fully wake up and take your place as the steward of this frequency. The prophecy for your life is one of total vindication. You have been the stone that the builders rejected, but the divine is making you the chief cornerstone of the new structure. All the years of being mocked, all the decades of being the black sheep who was too sensitive or too intense, were actually years of tempering. You were being hardened in the cold and softened in the fire so that you could become an unbreakable vessel. The universe's law of compensation is now moving in your favor. For every tear you cried in secret, for every betrayal you suffered in silence, there is a double portion of authority being handed to you. You are being given the keys to the kingdom, the ability to manifest through thought, the power to heal through presence, and the discernment to see through any deception. This is the truth that the world cannot hear. You are not a human having a spiritual experience. You are a divine being who has successfully infiltrated the darkness to dismantle it from the inside out. The Great Reset is not what the elites are planning. The Great Reset is what the Creator is doing through you. The something bigger is the return of the original blueprint. The distortion is ending. The nightmare is over. You are the alarm clock that is waking up the rest of the sleeping world. Stay grounded, for you are the anchor point for the new earth. You are the bridge between the world that is dying and the world that is being born. How do you hold this much light without shattering? How do you stay grounded when the very ground beneath you is shifting into a new dimension? The practical step is not to fight the chaos, but to become the eye of the storm. To stay grounded, you must stop leaking your energy into the other. Stop checking their social media. Stop rehearsing the arguments in your head. Stop wondering why they treated you that way. Every time you focus on the enemy, you are handing them the keys to your temple. You must call your spirit back from the four corners of the earth. Visualize your energy returning to you like liquid gold, filling your bones, centering in your solar plexus, and rooting deep into the heart of the living earth. You are a mountain. Clouds may pass, storms may rage, and lightning may strike your peaks, but the mountain does not move. The mountain simply observes. Right now, I want you to take a deep, intentional breath. Feel the air enter your lungs, not as a gas, but as a code of life. As you exhale, release the tension in your jaw, the tightness in your shoulders, and the heavy burden of trying to understand. You don't need to understand the something bigger with your mind. You only need to allow it with your heart. The activation has already begun. As you listen to these words, the dormant strands of your spiritual DNA are beginning to hum. The seal of protection is being placed upon your forehead. You are being marked as untouchable by the lower frequencies. The narcissist will look at you and see a wall of fire. The manipulator will try to speak to you and find their tongue tied. The matrix will try to distract you and find that its illusions no longer have color. Let us seal this energy with a declaration of sovereignty. Repeat these words in the sanctuary of your mind, or speak them aloud to command the atmosphere around you. I am a sovereign being of the divine light. I am grounded in the truth of my origin. I am unshakable in the face of the shift. I release all hooks, all cords, and all contracts with the old world. I stand as a pillar of peace in a world of noise. I claim the power that was hidden from me. I welcome the something bigger with open arms and a steady heart. I am protected. I am chosen. I am here. Feel that shift? That is the seal. The energy is now locked into your field. You are no longer drifting. You are anchored. Your instructions will come in the silence. Your provision will come from the unseen. Your vindication will come from the hand of the Creator Himself. You do not need to hunt for your destiny. Your destiny is hunting for you. All you have to do is stay in your seat. Stay in your peace. Stay in your power. The world may be falling apart, but you are finally coming together. The something bigger is not a threat to you. It is your homecoming. It is the moment the king and queen within you finally take the throne. If you felt this frequency, if this message resonated in the very marrow of your bones, then you are part of the remnant. Do not let this energy dissipate. Claim your position in the comments below by typing, "I am grounded and ready." Subscribe to this frequency to stay aligned with the incoming shifts. Share this with another chosen one who is struggling to breathe under the weight of the transition. We are the grid. We are the connection. We are the chosen energy that changes the world. Stand firm, Lightworker. The dawn is not just coming, it is breaking through you.